City Hall in Philly and that William Penn statue. Too bad Billy Penn wasn't alive for a Tony Luke's porchetta and sauteed broccoli rabe back in the day. We are just north here at the Liacoris Center, where we have had fireworks early on as Edgar Berlanga had a TKO 1, 12 straight first-round knockouts for him. And now we get to the much-anticipated pro debut of Robeisy Ramirez, who has taken on this guy, Adan Gonzales, who's very confident, and he better be. He is going up against Ramirez. He's a 3-year pro from Denver. Had some gaps of inactivity in his career. He came back after 15 months off this past June. Featherweight action here. He's got a 5'4" frame, carrying 125.3. And now here comes the 25-year-old Robeisy Ramirez, about to become a pro fighter. And he's dreamt about that for a long time. You know, imagine being so good at a sport that as a young kid, you're handpicked for national fame and success. In doing so, they take you away. They put you on what boxing fans have known for years, what they call the farm, the concentrated sports camp, turning young men into these obedient Cuban boxing soldiers and often stripping them of their freedoms and upside that the other elite world-class athletes enjoy. Told how to live, told what will be able to come their way, how much they can actually see their families. And Robeisy Ramirez lived through all that garbage heap of the communistic regime. And now, thanks to a team of dedicated liberators in Florida, he gets this. Welcome to the pros, Mr. Ramirez. It is the pro debut of the two-time Olympic gold medalist. To get his set, Jimmy Lennon Jr.
Well, fans, Bob Arum's Top Rank Incorporated, in association with Peltz Boxing, presents a special attraction in the ring brought to you by Geico. Judging at ringside, introducing David Braslow, Rose Lesend, and Alan Rubenstein. All right, fans, here we go. Featherweight to the ring. We're scheduled 4 rounds of boxing in this special event. Introducing to you first on my right, fighting out of the blue corner, wearing black trunks with maroon trim. He is fighting out of Denver, Colorado. He weighed in at 125.3 pounds with a record of 4 wins, 2 losses, and 2 draws. He has 2 wins coming by way of knockout. Introducing Adan Gonzales. And his opponent across the ring, fighting out of the red corner, entering the ring wearing black trunks with gold trim, joining us from Cienfuegos, Cuba. He weighed in at an even 125 pounds. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the sensational amateur standout and 2-time Olympic gold medalist, tonight making his highly anticipated professional debut, introducing Robeisy Ramirez. And a referee in charge now to give instructions. 4 rounds of boxing. We have Gary Rosato.
Now is Billy Henderson. He's a police officer in Florida who was so courageous in helping with the defection of Ramirez. Went down to Mexico, was fearless, was faithful to him, saw it through the course, overcame so many dangerous situations where things could have gone the other way. And this is the end result. Robeisy Ramirez, one of the great Olympians in recent years. 2012, won gold in London, 2016 in Rio. Won his first 129 amateur fights of his career, and now his first pro fight. Here we go.
Tess, I don't care if you got 400 amateur fights. Every time you do something new, meaning it's a professional career, you're going to be a little nervous. So it's all going to be about controlling the nerves for Ramirez.
You know, it's interesting to me because obviously you and I have been so attached to the recent career of Lomachenko, calling all of his fights.
Went down.
And this is being scored a knockdown.
He got smacked. He didn't get hurt.
Can you believe that? You never know what's going to happen in the pro ranks.
He leaned back.
And now a body shot and an uppercut landed from Gonzales. Can you believe that? The two-time Olympic gold medalist in his pro debut suffers a knockdown in his first round of his pro career.
And you see the heart and you see the emotion. He's coming back with shots, but he got to be careful. He can get clipped with a shot. That's exactly what Gonzales wants. He wants him to fight him.
Not just touching him in the amateurs anymore. I was just about to say with Lomachenko, you know, he's fighting for a world title in his second pro fight. We talked to Ramirez yesterday. Much different plan. I mean, this is going to be a long, slow course of development for him. But right now he's got to overcome a knockdown here in the first round. Yeah,
that's the reason why I can't stand 4-round fights. You know, you get knocked down, you got to win the next 3 rounds, you know, without a doubt to win the fight or even pull off a draw.
He could come back here, obviously, and not be sitting on a 10-8 round, but we'll see how this develops. But the knockdown scored by Gonzales. A 4-2-2 fighter.
That's one thing I like about Ramirez right now. First professional fight, what is he doing? He's going down to the body. He's investing down in the body. And so is his opponent.
Exactly. Gonzales was able to land a left hand to the body. Gonzales at least acting like a pro fighter, even if he is lesser skilled, making it rugged. There's an uppercut that got in between punches from Gonzales. A left uppercut that landed. And an uppercut comes in from Ramirez.
You see that offense right there? That's all emotion right there. You know, Ramirez facing some adversity right now. Know he was knocked down, knows he has to do something special. So now he's getting overly aggressive, leaving himself open with shots. I know he's landing some big shots, but he's leaving himself open. He needs to be careful. Slow it down a little bit. There it is again.
You're going to get the warning from Gary Rosado on the shoulder on the inside there as we come to the final seconds of round 1. The unexpected happened. Gonzales scored a knockdown. Ramirez went down.
Ramirez stocking coming forward. What he does is he pulls down, but you see the right hand of Ramirez is down. And you see Gonzales follows him out with a short little left hook, and down goes Ramirez. Nice little sneaky punch from Gonzales. I think it was a get off me left hook. Ramirez made that mistake of pulling straight back with his right hand down.
Más táctica, más táctica. Where's the bucket? Where's the bucket?
Got to find a bucket from the spit out there.
Be smart, be smart.
Respira.
Breathe, breathe.
Vamos.
Let's go.
Be smart and breathe. That's a call to just calm down as he gives a little shoulder shimmy. But a 10-8 round from Gonzales. And to your point, scheduled for 4, so he would need to sweep these last 3. As he digs to the body with the left hand. Mark Kriegel, what do you make of what happened?
Remember what Adan Gonzales told us. He has nothing to lose, and I have everything to gain. This fight can change my life. Break.
This was originally scheduled as a 6-rounder, and then they informed the parties later in the week that it would be down to a 4-rounder, and now that's not advantageous for Ramirez. As Gonzales continues to apply some pressure, comes in with the combination through the uppercut there. Ramirez looking to go to the body.
See, Ramirez, there's a lot of bad habits. You know, pulling straight back with his hands down, going back in a straight line. I mean, there's a lot of bad habits he developed from the amateurs that he's going to have to correct moving forward. Both hands up. Ramirez stalking his opponent, looking for an opportunity, an opening with pressure. Just look for Ramirez right now. He's kind of just taking his time, taking some off the glove and looking for an opportunity for Gonzales to slow down so he can start landing some combinations to the head and body.
Well, if you're looking for Gonzales to cooperate, you can't be wasting too much time, though.
See, there's no jab coming from Ramirez.
At all. Right
at
there.
all.
Fill that space. Steady southpaw goes with the lead left hand. Covering up instead of jabbing. Now there's that southpaw jab. Lets Gonzales get off first again with the right hand. Awkward angle, throws back a two-punch combination.
Yeah, but you see exactly what Ramirez is doing. You know, he's coming, he's in front of you. You know, he's only using one form of defense, and that's just the hands being high, protecting him. Yeah, covering up. That's developed from the amateurs. He's not really moving his head and getting away from shots, and every now and then he'll pull straight back to try to get away from punches. That's the reason why Gonzales is having some success. He's actually standing there and actually standing his ground and fighting in spots against Ramirez.
Ramirez down there in the Tampa area. He's at the St. Pete Boxing Club. Keith Thurman, Winky Wright, Jeff Lacey. So many come through there. There's going to be a sense of urgency here as we come to the halfway point. Of course, he's overcome so much already in his life in dealing with the constraints of communist Cuba.
Era los aros olímpicos con los 2 años de las 2 olimpiadas que yo gané. Realmente lo que quisieron demostrar es que los que mandan son ellos y no realmente quitarme el tatuaje, porque si lo quisieran quitar me hubieran quitado completo. Era más para humillarme y demostrar de que ellos son los jefes.
Whether it's a golfer like Ricky Fowler, a gymnast like Simone Biles, or a fighter like Lomachenko, the Olympic tattoo has become a rite of passage for a lot of athletes. It wasn't just having that removed, but the degradation of having it partially removed that incensed Robeisy. That in the car, as much as anything. About 40 cars were given to elite athletes, and his was taken away. Again, it wasn't the inconvenience, it was the disrespect. And he better pick up on that sense of disrespect really fast, because he's got 2 rounds not to lose his debut in America.
That's right. Round number 3 here of just a 4-rounder after being knocked down in the first round. And then in the second round, Tim, Gonzales was 11 of 62 thrown, and Ramirez was 9 of 34. He didn't put forth that much work in that second round.
No, absolutely not. Like I said, he's used to getting his way. And I'm talking about Ramirez, keeping his hands up high and looking for spots. But what Gonzales is doing, he's working, and then he's moving. He's getting out at the right time. Ramirez needs to get some offense going instead of just sitting there blocking shots.
Nearly a clash of heads that time from the awkward but yet determined and game Gonzales. Ramirez continues just to cover up. Has to pick up the work rate here. Tried to time a left uppercut.
Gonzales blocked that uppercut pretty well. Shaking his head like he's unfazed by anything that Ramirez is doing. Confident. Ramirez needs to put some punches together, combinations together. Pulling straight back again with his hands down.
And he got caught. And he tells Gonzales, come on, let's go. And you know what? Gonzales wants that. Doesn't mind it at all. Shoulder on the inside from Ramirez.
I mean, Ramirez has a fighter's, he has a fighter's heart, man. You know, he's going to come and bring it. You see the emotion he fights with. You hit him, he wants to hit you back, but he's going to slowly learn in the professional ranks that, hey, you can't be that way. You got to set up your punches.
Doubling up that jab, gets to the pocket and then retreats straight back, and Gonzales follows him. Ramirez stalking in. Trying to wind up that left hand. Was off the mark.
Tess, there's no jab coming from Ramirez at all. No jab. You would think With 400 amateur fights, you know already you need to use the jab. That's the longest weapon you have to the target to keep your opponent off of you.
He's landed 6 jabs. That's it tonight, 6.
You're not going to have a successful professional career without having a nice, stiff jab.
Tim, I don't know that he's not heading into this last round in a moment here in danger of losing his pro debut to a complete opponent from Colorado.
Put your hands in the air if you're real as me. Put your hands in the air if you're real as me. Put your hands
last round, Chris goes with the bell, all right?
Yeah!
Last round, Chris goes with the bell.
Here's Ramirez. He's in the pocket, both hands up. Nice right hook. You see Gonzales opening up wide and Ramirez coming with a nice short right hook to the temple. There it is again. Now here comes Gonzales coming back, just letting his hands go. You know, Ramirez pulled straight back, was like, hey, that didn't hurt me, that didn't hurt me. But the fact that Ramirez pulled straight back with his hands down, an amateur mistake, Gonzales was able to follow him out with the right hand.
Ramirez was more efficient in that last round. 33% of his connects completed compared to Gonzales at 17%. But Gonzales threw 21 more punches. So here we go, 4th and final round. And keep in mind, there's a 10-8 round in the bag for Gonzales already.
Hey, fellas, let's give Adan Gonzales some credit. Robeisy needs a knockout to win this fight, or should. And I got to tell you, if I'm Shakur Stevenson, I'm shocked and I'm laughing right now. This guy can't beat me. He can't touch me.
Amateurs and pros.
What a difference.
Huge difference. But you know, this is his first professional fight. There's a lot of work that still needs to be done for Ramirez. And Gonzales changing up his offense, going to the head and also to the body, coming out wide, giving him different looks. Having some success.
Watch your heads, watch your heads.
Speaking to Rob Mendez in Robeisy's corner, he is saying that he wants his fighter to keep a high guard, but he knows he has to throw more punches and try and win this round definitively. He wants him to go to the body. I asked about not throwing enough punches, and he said, yeah, the opponent is throwing more, Tess, but he's not landing very many punches.
Christina, did you sense the urgency that they need to have right now?
No, not at all. I think he thinks that they are winning this fight, Joe.
Right now, under 90 seconds remaining in the fight. There's a clash of heads.
Yeah, I believe right now Ramirez definitely needs a knockout. You know, he really hasn't separated himself. He really hasn't dominated every single round after the first round. He probably needs a knockout to win this fight, and he needs to put Gonzales down.
Listen, this is not Lomachenko losing to Salido here.
No.
This is, I mean, this is Adan Gonzales, and give him credit, but this would be, if this maintains what it could be here on the scorecards, I mean, this is just stunning.
Fellas, Robeisy fought so hard to get out of the country. I'd like to see him fight a little bit harder to get out of this fight.
Exactly, considering everything he had to go through in Mexico of 6 months of staying out of the sight of cartels and getting through a military checkpoint to leave Mexico City and hoping things would go through with all the legal work to get stateside. And now this, 20 seconds away from finishing off his pro debut and hoping he can overcome that first round knockdown and that the scorecards go his way. When Gonzales has been consistent and game.
Hey, you got 10, for the bell.
Now he picks it up when he hears the clap, and here's the 10.
Watch your head. Get back.
You tell me where this thing's headed.
Oh my goodness.
Adan Gonzales may have done it, as you see the confidence with Ramirez shaking his head and smiling. But did he sweep those last 3 rounds?
Those rounds. Pretty close rounds. Gonzales put up a good fight.
Of course, had that big left hand in the first round. It scored the knockdown. It was an awkward left hand. It was almost like an arm punch. It almost had the sense they stepped on his foot. They were almost as if a break, an arm punch kind of throwaway left hand, and he scores the knockdown with it. As Ramirez, a get-off-me left-hand arm punch, as Ramirez was pulling straight back in an awkward fashion. And then he outworks him in the second round. And then he kept up through more punches in the third round. And in that final round, Ramirez had a better connect percentage. He was 12 of 37. Gonzales was only 7 of 68. But which way will these judges go? Understanding you're sitting on a 10-8 round. And let's show you how that happened from the huge underdog, Adan Gonzales.
Here it is again. Ramirez coming in. He leans down. He avoids one punch, but he drops the right hand. That's the reason why Gonzales was able to land the nice little get off me left hand to the chin, and down goes Ramirez. Now, he wasn't really hurt by this shot at all. He wasn't hurt by the shot at all, but he was off balance, and it was considered a knockdown.
These are the CompuBox numbers here. And you just look at the power punches thrown. Gonzales, a 4-2-2 fighter from Denver, Colorado, brought in to be opposite a two-time Olympic gold medalist through 183 power punches. He was determined. He went after it. I mean, this would be an absolute stunning upset in what you know the way that this business works and how these things operate. You want to manage a prospect like this towards a win and get going in the right direction. But he suffers a knockdown. Do we have a major upset here in the pro debut of a two-time Olympic gold medalist? Jimmy Lennon Jr. has the answer.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 4 rounds of action, we go to the scorecards. We have a split decision. Here are the score totals. Judge at ringside, Alan Rubenstein scores about 39-36 in favor of Adan Gonzales. Judge David Braslow scores about 38-37 in favor of Robeisy Ramirez. And judge at ringside, Rose Lascende, scores about 40-35 in favor of the winner in a major upset from Denver, Colorado, Adan Gonzales.
You never know what's going to happen, and Adan Gonzales just beat Robeisy Ramirez in the Olympic gold medalist pro debut.